Hey guys, what I gotta say is this: don't hesitate to reinvent yourself, especially after a big change, like a breakup or some sort of loss. It may just be what you need, a shift, to shift your focus, to go in a different direction. The Stoics believe that loss is nothing but change, and change is nature's delight. Now, I believe that we shouldn't change our core values, you know, our morals and codes, but don't be scared to switch careers or move out of state or leave a toxic relationship. People grow, people evolve. You should evolve. Live life to the fullest, experience life. Don't be scared to reinvent yourself in 2022. I personally have reinvented myself. I just recently came out of a very toxic relationship, and it was time for me to make a change. But what's weird is I didn't put much thought into it. Like, I knew that I was going through a hard time, trials and tribulations, and I was praying and having faith that everything was going to get better or whatever. But as far as changing uh, my wardrobe or some other changes, I recently left a job that I was working at for over 8 years and got a new job, a better job, making more money, learning something new. And so I was encouraged and inspired to make this video to hopefully encourage and inspire you guys to, if you're going through a life change, something like a loss of a loved one or leaving a toxic relationship or whatever, reinventing yourself may just be what you need to shift. Like I said, for me personally, I didn't put much thought into it, but there were signs, and not to get too deep, but I believe in that. I believe in the spirit realm. I believe that there's something bigger than me. Um, and there was definitely signs like it was predestined almost, you know? Uh, and sometimes you just got to go with the flow of life. I believe it was Bruce Lee. Everyone knows who Bruce Lee was. I mean, he was a man. Rest in peace. And Bruce Lee was quoted saying, "Be like water. If you pour water into the pot, it becomes a pot. If you pour water into a cup, it becomes a cup." Water can freeze, water can evaporate, water could pretty much do anything. And he was instructing us, encouraging us to be like water. I think that's a really good philosophy to have. I think it's a good mindset to have, especially in this life when there are so many variables and so much things that are outside of our control. And really the only thing that you or I have control over is our mindset. That's it. I've often wrestled within myself, is it fate or is it free will? Like, do we really get to choose our destiny, or are things predestined? And I've concluded, I think it is a little bit of both. I mean, I think there are some things that happen that is just fate. But how you respond to these things, that's your free will. And it could change the course. It could change the direction of what would have been just by a decision, just by a choice. It's one thing that we do have is free will. Although we all have to admit that there are things outside of our control. So the one thing we have control over is how we respond. And I personally have been working on responding calmly rather than reacting, uh, realizing that the only thing I have control over is my mind. I do not have control over outside events. We don't have control over people, what they think about us, or what they're going to do, but we have control over how we respond to other people, how we respond to certain circumstances. And it really is a mindset. At the end of the day, the quality of your life is going to depend on the quality of your thoughts. That's what I've learned. Um, and I'm still learning as I go. But I was inspired again to make this video on encouraging you to reinvent yourself, especially if you've been feeling it. Like if you've been feeling like you need to change, or if you're feeling pulled in another direction, don't be scared. Don't care about what other people may think. And here's the truth. Certain people, especially those that have known you for a long time, maybe even some family members, it may make them uncomfortable. Because when you change, it kind of puts pressure on others to change. And most people don't want to change. You know what I mean? Because change can be a little scary. It's the unknown. It requires work. It requires effort. But again, if you're feeling drawn to, if you're going through a hardship right now, a huge change in your life, it may be exactly what you need, that shift. And you could change the course of your destiny. I wish I could remember the name of these books. When I was a kid, okay, I went to a private school. And I remember being a kid and going to the library at school, and there were these books. And in these books, you would read. And then at the end of each page, it would be like, choose door 1 and go to page 55. Choose door 2, go to page 79. Choose door 3, etc. And each choice that you made at the end of that page would put you at a different ending, like alter endings to this book. And I'm going to have to Google it, man, and make a video in particular about fate versus free will. And hopefully by then I could find out I was a little kid. I was probably 6, 7 years old. I mean, it was pretty much elementary school, but it stuck with me this whole time, you know? And so I think life's like that. I think that there are some things, certain circumstances that are just fate, but our response, how we choose to deal with these things, it's like choose this route, choose that route, and it could be possible that although if fate is real, there's a destination that's already predestined, but you could take other roads to get to that destination. I've always been under the impression that we don't have control over the quantity of our life, but we do have control over the quality of our life. So maybe it's that. If this video has inspired you or motivated you in any way, smash that thumbs up button. If you feel led, drop a comment in the comment section. Iron sharpens iron. I show up every day, sometimes multiple times a day, because I'm inspired to do this, and hopefully I can inspire others and create a spark in others with my gift. So I hope you guys had a good day. I hope tomorrow will be even better. If you're wanting change or feeling drawn towards change, embrace it. But again, that doesn't mean you have to change who you are as a person. It may just be a change in, clothing. It could be a change in your image. You could evolve that way, but you're still you. I'm not talking about being somebody else, not being yourself. I'm talking about being yourself, but growing, evolving. So I hope this video helped. God bless.